Okay, I'll tell you exactly when to stop.
Stop on a dime.
Stop! No more, no more. Okay, all right. I think now is as good a time as any to get started. So let me cut the music. Bing! And introduce everybody, or rather, welcome everybody to Show Aesthetic number 12. So let's give it up for what is about to happen. All right, and let me go and ahead and record. So click record. If that's okay with everybody that I'm doing this for. If not,
yes.
Okay, perfect. All right. This meeting is being recorded. It makes me feel like I'm starting classes on Zoom during a pandemic. That is, oh my God, that woman's voice haunts my living nightmare. But anyways, I'm really happy to see everybody here. I'm happy to see Alexandra, Caitlin, Emily, Austin, the performers. You guys are cool too. Harry, Winston, Aunt Josephine. And I think or not Aunt Josephine, Aunt Joni. And I think my grandma left because she was bored, which like mother, like daughter. I think at one point my mom, when I texted her, because my dad was in the room, and I texted her and I was like, hey, where are you? And she's like, look, I don't have time to listen to you tell the same 5 jokes. All right, you better write some new material or mom is not coming. And I had just written a new 5 that day. And I was just, okay, all right. So, it's humor might be genetic, but support definitely isn't. Whatever the fuck. That doesn't even, don't laugh at that. That doesn't make any sense at all.
You said it so confidently.
I did, and that's the beauty of comedy, that you're going to see 6 instances of people saying things that don't make any sense very confidently. It's honestly the closest thing we know to magic is comedy, I feel. But anyways, without some further ado, I will go ahead and take the training wheels off this tricycle and actually, hold on, let me think about that. Take the training wheels off the tricycle. If it's already got 2 wheels, now I'm making it into a unicycle. So really, true training wheels are not, never mind. I'm overthinking this. I should probably just start performing, right? Let's get this show on the road. So I just have one question for everybody. Do you think that they take the wish back if you get better? Okay, all right. So that one writes itself. I only ask because I feel like you should get the opposite of what the wish was if you recover. Oh. So, yeah, well, no, true. Okay, so think about it. Let's say you get to meet Mookie Betts, Red Sox player. Okay, cool. But if you recover, you have to go to a Mets game with Giuliani. All right. Pass me an icy, Rudolph. All right, we're having a great time. Take me out. Or I'm a comedian, right? So I would want to meet John Mulaney. But if recovery meant Cosby, I'm staying my ass in the hospital bed. It's fine. All right, turn the gamma knife off. I don't want to meet that guy. Just let me go out with a bang. Also, so you guys familiar with the Make-A-Wish kids who get to be a superhero for the day? You guys know about that? Mm-hmm. Okay, so one kid got to be Superman for a day, which is cool. They carried him around. He wore a cape. It was really neat. But if that kid gets better, does he have to be Batman for a day where they shoot his parents and he has to learn karate? And oh my God. Just hey man, them's the works. Although now that I think about it, if he was Superman for a day, I think they would just have to blow up the Earth. So maybe I shouldn't be thinking about these things in so much detail and just tell the goddamn joke. I don't know. But anyways, you guys familiar with, I'm asking a lot of questions here, I realize. You guys familiar with skin whitening creams? You guys know what those are? Yeah, they're kind of an unfortunate kind of fixture of the whole, colorist thing, whatever. But I think the best skin whitener is it's just money. Yeah, money whitens skin faster than anything else. Yeah, I mean, the thing about money is that it will endear you with the white community faster than any sort of cream or anything that comes out of the bottle. And the caveat is that if you are a rich black guy, for instance, you have to be careful, all right? You might still have to take the employee entrance into the country club, all right? So just be careful. And also, nobody really likes what they call uppity rich black people. Don't don't rock the boat, or sorry, don't rock the slave ship. Oof. My sibilant accent really killed the punchline on that one. Yeah, gosh, we're about to see some comedy. We're about to see some comedians, and I don't know if you guys have heard this. This is sort of like a vogue thing to say, which is, you hear it about like Dave Chappelle. Comedians are the philosophers of modern era. They're the philosophers of our time. They're speaking the truth. We still have philosophers, y'all. They didn't go, it's not like Socrates was on his deathbed, dying of hemlock, and he's like, okay, leave metaphysics to the dude that talks about his dick at the Parthenon. You know what I mean? Like, fucking Mykonos is on the steps like, hey, how big is Jupiter's penis? I don't know. It's like, that guy does not need to be running around talking about the secrets of the universe. It's like, if you don't believe in Aphrodite, you should see my girlfriend. Oh my God. I don't know if that's a Greek accent. Hey, Andrew, is that close to Greek? You're Greek adjacent.
Yeah, no, that was good. That's fine. Okay,
no, thank God. Oh my God. Don't want to get any, I don't want to lose my yogurt sponsorships is what I'm trying to say. God, this show is so not sponsored. It's unbelievable. God damn it. I'll leave you guys with this. I am someone who works best under a lot of pressure. I need to be moving quickly. I need to be talking fast. Things need to be coming right after other things. Especially if I'm on a date, there can be no lulls, okay? Because if you give me too much time, I'll be looking deeply into your eyes and it'll kind of go like, it's, you and my sister use the same shampoo. That's kind of weird. Yeah, what's that about? It smells nice. I mean, I like it on you better, but I'm gonna leave now, and I think I'm going to stop my set. So thank you for indulging me. In the hole, we have Sara Snyder. On deck, we've got Tian Chen, but coming to the stage is the inimitable Gabby Locke. Let's give it up for Gabby.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Gabby, and a few things about me is that I'm a psych major and I'm mentally ill, which kind of makes it feel like I'm cheating. Like, my professor will be like, name 5 symptoms of a panic attack, and everybody will open up their textbooks, but I'll just be like, what happened in the pasta aisle of Giant Eagle last week? That's why I think I would do really good in North Korea. One day I'm just gonna have the courage to stop the joke there and move on, but that day is not today. Like in North Korea, you don't get a choice. Like in the North Korean Giant Eagle, there's like one brand of cereal. No worries of a panic attack. But like you don't have to worry about the North Korean Giant Eagle, but you do have to worry about the North Korean Giant Eagle, which soars the skies and kills defectors. I am 100% certain that Goldilocks was not Jewish. Because nothing is ever just right for a Jewish woman. I was firsthand as a lifeguard at an Orthodox pool where the women would complain no matter what temperature the water was. They would complain it was too cold. They would complain it was too hot. This is all in the same day, by the way. And then they would complain because they would come up to me and yell at me that the water was just right. And why isn't it always like this? Speaking of Jewish women, my mother. So we went on a family we went on a family trip and we had a layover in Paris for like 3 hours. We got in Paris and we just took the time to drive around in a taxi and just kind of see like all of the gorgeous architecture. And we were driving around and looking out the window, and my mother turns to us and says, "I see why they surrendered so quickly to the Nazis." Pardon? He was like, no, like, because it would have gotten destroyed, like that, like, so it makes sense because you saved the architecture. And we were like, no, we understand what you were saying. It's just we know people who have family who directly died because of that decision. And she was like, yeah, but those people would have been dead anyway. The buildings are still here.
Oh God.
Now I want to take a quick detour and talk to you guys about a horse. A horse named Clever Hans. I don't know if you guys have heard of this horse. I see a couple of people lighting up with recognition, but Clever Hans was a horse that they thought could do math. Yep. I have a couple questions about this story. How did they discover he knew how to do math? Like, it sounds like the farmer was like drunk at 2 a.m. and just had like this random intrusive thought, like, what if your horse can do math? And like that usually doesn't go anywhere. But then he went up to the horse and he was like, what's 2 + 2? And the horse got it right. Like, could you imagine being that farmer and then your horse can do math? That's insane. My next question is, who do you call about a horse that can do math? Like, what are your next steps? Like, if you're getting mugged, you call the police. If something's on fire, you call the firemen. If there are ghosts running amok, you call Ghostbusters. Like, what is the number for equestrian arithmetic? Is it also Ghostbusters? Like, I don't know who you would call. And my third question about this story is, it was a horse that could do math, and the best they could do was clever. Clever is what you call a 4-year-old who draws the correct amount of facial features in a picture, not a horse that can do math. Are you kidding me? Like, Catherine the Great got a better name, and all she had to do was fuck a horse. All right, that's all I got.
Woo!
Yes.
Let's give it up for clever Gabby. Much more than clever, also very, very funny. Gosh, I wonder what a horse's type 5 would sound like. Nay, 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 nay. Oh, this is an awful, awful joke. All right, I'm writing that one down and playing it 10 more times today. All right. In the hole, we have Sam Rossi on deck. We've got, I fucked that up. On the, you know what? Coming to the stage right now, Tian Chen. Let's give it up for Tian.
Thanks. Thank you, guys. Keep it going for, hold on. Let me stall for a second so my dog can shut the fuck up. Yeah, keep it going for Divine. He's very mentally fragile, so really let him hear it.
I swear to God.
What's up, people? I'm happy to be here. Tell you guys a little bit about myself. I'm Asian. Nobody needed that clarified. I don't think anyone saw me and was like, "Ooh, what is he?" Like, oh no. The problem is I'm not a good Asian, you know? Like, I knew pretty early on that I was going to be shit at this Asian shit, you know? Like, my first clue, I'm not 5'9". Like, you guys can't see me right now, but I'm 6'4", and that really sucks because Asians get put into a lot of boxes, you know? There's, like, a lot of expectations of us. Like, hold on. I forgot to record.
Oh, we're recording already.
Oh, okay, word.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of expectations of us. We get to put in a lot of boxes. Like, we're expected to be reliable, practical, stable. I'm really none of that shit, you know? Like, do you know how hard it is to be stable when you have a high center of gravity? It's I do miss getting called a chink, though. Like,
God.
Look, there's a lot of hateful shit. There's a lot of hateful shit happening to Asians right now. We all know this. There's a lot of violent stuff, you know? And that's why I miss being called a chink. Because usually when you get called a chink, that's where that interaction ends. You know, like you get called a chink, a white person gets some evil out of their body, Look, I know racial slurs are hurtful, okay, but chink is barely a slur. Like it's a. I've probably been called chink close to 100 times in my life, and it's never even really ruined my day. You know, like getting called a chink is kind of like getting called a jackass. Like it's rude, but it's not gonna fuck you up like some of the other ones. Well, I'm not gonna list them, but you know what they are. A lady earlier this year, actually she called me a squinty chink at a park, and I didn't even get mad because it was sunny, you know. Like I can't get mad at her for being accurate. That's not fair. That's really stupid. Okay, chink. What else? I've never been proud of anyone. You know, like okay, it's just really hard to be proud and also horribly jealous at the same time. You know, like my friend just got this big promotion at his job, and it's huge for him. And I was supposed to be proud. I should have been proud, but I couldn't get there because. Okay, deep down, I just believe that every good thing that happens for someone else is one less good thing that's going to happen for me. You know what I mean? Like, there's like a finite amount of blessings out there in the world, and this motherfucker just took one. So I start daydreaming about him getting hit by a car, right? And like, I don't have to get hurt. That's not the point. It's just fun to think about. It's like, if you can't walk, you can't work. That blessing goes back into the pool, you know what I mean? And that was a bad thought. It was a bad train of thoughts. I should have stopped there, but I got carried away. I started thinking about how, okay, if he's in the hospital, I would visit him every day. I'd do that for him, you know? And if he's going through physical therapy, I'd be there. I'd hold his hand. That's the kind of guy I am. And you know what? I actually felt like a pretty good friend. Like I was pretty proud of myself for supporting this motherfucker that I mentally crippled. I'm currently straight. Still straight. I don't see how it goes, you know. Like, okay, I actually did experiment in college. I kissed a couple of guys, magical or whatever. I don't think I'm gay though. I think I just can't say no to free stuff, you know? Like I was kissing boys like I was trying free samples at Trader Joe's. Just like shit. Filipino boy. I didn't even know I wanted that, but that sounds No, it's funny because
Ooh.
I have to be honest. I kind of dread running into him, you know? Because I just feel like he's gonna give me one at hello?
No, you paused for like 2 seconds.
Okay. All right, you know what? Fuck that joke. Let's move on.
Yeah.
I don't watch porn anymore because I'm better than you. I don't know. It's just because porn is way too unrealistic nowadays, you know? Like I was watching this one video and it was like an exercise porno, right? And so there was this girl working out and then her trainer walks in a Speedo because that's what trainers wear. And he's like, do a plank. Doesn't say hi, just yells at her, do a plank. And she gets in a plank, and while she's planking, he ducks down and starts fucking her. And the whole time they're fucking, she's holding the plank.
Wow.
And I'm watching that shit, and I'm just like, I can't do this anymore. Like, what are we doing here? I can't watch this. Because not only is this super unrealistic, like that's just a fitness standard I'm never gonna reach. Like, I'm not trying to be motivated. Like, dude, she held a plank for 4 minutes. All right, I get winded walking down the stairs. It's not. So I was hanging out with my sister. There's not much of a transition.
God damn.
There's no structure. We're just free flowing at this point. I was hanging out with my sister, and I like hanging out with her, you know, because she's 14 years younger than me. So I'm not really like her brother. I'm more like a stepdad, you know, because we hang out, but she definitely doesn't trust me, and she loves it when me and her mom fight. Very kind. Thank you. That joke did not deserve that.
You're welcome.
But I was hanging out with her, and we got on the topic of Valentine's Day, right? And I was like, "Hey, Kathy, you ever had a Valentine's before?" And she gets all weird, and she looks out the window like a woman getting over her first miscarriage, and like, she's like, "I used to, but not anymore." I was like, "What the fuck? What does that mean?" And she's like, "Well, you know that shit that kids do where they just say for 15 minutes? Well, he sort of died."
Jeez.
Yeah. So what happened was she had a crush on this boy, and lucky for her, he liked her too, so he gave her a Valentine's Day card. And then spring break comes around, and he goes out of the country with his dad, and the hotel they were staying at had a gas leak. And they both died from carbon monoxide poisoning. Yeah, that's fucked, right? She's so fucked. Dude, she's damaged good. How are you been already a widow? That's fucked up.
Damn.
That's terrible. That's some Romeo and Juliet shit, man. That's horrible. So I start laughing, right? Because that's how I react when I'm surprised. It's involuntary, you know? Like, that's why I dread getting cancer news from my friends, because that's for sure going to be surprising. You know what I mean? Like, no one sees cancer coming. And then I'm probably going to laugh. And then do you know how hard it is to continue being friends with someone after you laugh at them getting cancer? It's not easy. All right. We're losing some momentum. It's okay. I'm almost done. All right. I've been sober for a year, so I'm done. No, so sobriety is great. You know, all my friends and family have been very, very supportive from day one, and I don't really like that shit. Like they're so supportive, it hurts my feelings. You know what I mean? Like, it's been a whole year, and nobody's invited me to do drugs even once. And I'm just sitting there like, damn, I thought I was more fun than that. Like, it's just crazy that not a single person wanted to take me back to my old ways, you know? Like, even the drug addicts, I know we're like, dude, we want to support your journey, bro. Yeah, I've been sober for a whole year, and I quit because I overdosed, and like, overdosing sucks. The worst thing about overdosing is that you're most likely going to have your life saved by another addict. Like, do you know how annoying it is to have your life saved by someone who's also dying? It's like, dude, you can't even drink water without drowning right now. You're not qualified to give me CPR. All right, that's my time.
Woo! Let's give it up to Tian. Oh my gosh, beautiful, beautiful work. Excellent segues straight from porn right into the relationship he has with his sister. God damn. There's oh man. Oh, I didn't tell the goddamn joke. God damn. It's entirely all on him. I don't think your sister understands what Romeo and Juliet is, because Romeo did not like leave the country, and yeah, they were right there with one another.
I don't understand what Romeo and Juliet is.
Yes, the guy who wrote this joke doesn't understand the thing that was referenced inside of it. Man, all right, but beautiful work as always. Super great to have you. Yeah, all right, coming to the stage. She just beat my ass in a roast battle, and hopefully she left all that shit at home. She's got her stuff just about her own stuff, but I know she can't resist getting some licks in. She's vicious. But let's give it up for Sara Snyder.
Woo!
Joke's on you, Sivan. I am at home.
God damn it.
It's all here, baby. I'm coming in. And I'm gonna hurt all of your feelings, but not nearly as much as Tian did with those miscarriage jokes. That was... Yeah, you're a bad person, Tian. I think you should go back to drinking. Sobriety is not working out for you.
Oh no, Sarah, what the fuck?
You do a little bit less than what you were doing, but definitely do more than you are right now.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, it's not looking fun for you. That's when you know you have a problem. Is when you can't handle sobriety. It's not going too far with drinking and drugging. It's when you fucking can't be sober. And I know because I am a recovered alcoholic. Like, yes, thank you. Yeah, I know it very well. Though I never overdosed because I was smarter than you, probably.
God.
That's not a thing. Yeah, I actually quit drinking 4.5 years ago when I was 21 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because I mean, I feel like I should get like a stimulus check for that every year. Like I had to finish college sober. I'm like, I don't know how to do this. But the first few years worked out really well. Like I was drinking in the suburbs and I started doing stand-up out there while I was drinking. And the best place to be a drunk is in the suburbs. Nothing counts out there. Nothing counts, you guys. I did a stand-up contest in Plainfield, Illinois, and I lost because of my drinking, but it worked out because the winner won a dead pig in a body bag. I was like, I'm not trying to piss off my parents tonight, you know? Like bringing home a giant dead pig, like I'm okay. Yeah, and it's been nice to be away from bars and able to do stand-up at home, since so much of stand-up happens around alcohol, though it didn't really bother me too much when we were doing it in person. For the most part, I was comfortable, except for sometimes, and like if I was uncomfortable, it kind of felt like my ex-boyfriend was at the bar too, but he was pretending not to notice me. And he was making out with everybody else. And I'm like, I'm cool. I'm over here drinking LaCroix. LaCroix, like that's one of the things that keeps me sober is LaCroix. Like I can go to any party as long as I have LaCroix with me.
Yeah.
Who would have thought, man? Soda water. I have a question for men. How dare you? Okay, except for all of the men in here look really effeminate.
Yeah.
Not you guys. I guess this is more for Tian. One of my favorite things to see is men cry. I think it's like one of the most wonderful things you can see. Like, I think anytime a man cries, a woman gets home safely. Emily, you looked like you knew exactly. You were like, yes. So true. How familiar are you guys with the state of Wisconsin? Have you guys been there, any of you?
Yeah.
Okay, it's Wisconsin, typical Midwestern state. I'm from Chicago. I grew up here. And I've never been to Portland, but I think it's like Wisconsin but gay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm so down for some gay flannel wearing. That's like my dad joke. That's my big dad joke. Yeah, when I finished college in Chicago, I wanted my dad to co-sign for an apartment for me out there. In Chicago, where I am. I don't know why I said out there. And my dad did not want to co-sign. Like, he wanted me to move back to the suburbs and like save money. And I told my dad, like, Dad, if I move back to the suburbs, I will kill myself. Oh, you guys all love the suburbs, huh? Oh, you all fucking love the suburbs, you bunch of fucking losers. Well, the suburbs make me want to kill myself, so.
Yeah.
So, and I told him, like, look, Dad, funerals are really expensive, so you should probably just co-sign. Like, it is crazy how expensive funerals are. I don't know if you guys have ever had one, but they're like a lot of money. And I'm like, why? Like, when I die, you can literally just like bury me in the backyard and say amen. Like, minimally, it could cost nothing. Blocking nothing. Like, it's like having, like, people have like home births with their babies.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
It's just like that, but on the other end. And by the end of your life, if you live to be a really old person, like, you're small again anyways. Tian, you will be one long shriveled up old man. But how tall is your sister Kathy?
She's 5'10".
Oh,
Okay. I thought it would be so fun if she was 6'4" like you.
Oh, she probably will be. She's only 12.
Oh, wow. I was just thinking, I'm like, I don't know if I've ever seen like a really tall Asian woman.
Me neither.
Does she look like you?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. She is so fortunate.
hey, get back to the jokes. Come on.
She's really leaning on me for a lot of this shit.
Let's focus for a second, y'all.
I can't stop. You guys, I was thinking about making an OnlyFans account, except for you can send me pictures of your butts and I'll tell you if it looks good. Alexandra, you've got a sweet tuchus, I'm sure. I used to be a huge fan of canned tuna. Huge fan. I would just open them up and like let them stink up my apartment like a candle.
Oh.
No, especially when I did the keto diet. I did the keto diet for like 2 months, eating canned tuna like 2 or 3 days a week. And I had to stop because at the end of it, I needed to have a C-section to get my poop out. Yeah. But also in that canned tuna phase, I lived with a couple of mentally ill roommate friends of mine. And I have a trouble tolerating mentally ill people when they don't have the same one as I do. It's like weirdly competitive. It's like I'll be having a good day and I'm like, well, guess I'm cured. And so one day my mentally ill friends had this other mentally ill girl over while I was eating the canned tuna. And she was like, yeah, this is all about canned tuna. She was like, I think canned tuna is gross. And I was like, I think you're a cunt. You should go home now. I'm gonna stop there. Thank you.
Yeah.
Stand up for Sara Snyder. Oh my gosh, she did a fucking great job. Really fucking good work. Oh man, always very funny to have Sara Snyder. She is simultaneously able to make me laugh really, really hard, and for me to look over at my pill cabinet a little bit too many times. Yeah, I'm just like, ha ha. Okay, it's all still there. All right, in the hole is our very cool, very handsome headliner. On deck is our all right next guy. No, he's great too. Sam Rossi. But coming to the stage is Brandon Johnson. Let's hear it for Brandon.
Woo!
Oh, let me pin you. There you go. Take it away.
Thanks, guys. I'm the type of guy that if I'm out driving and I see a wedding coming up on my left-hand side, I like to slow down, put on Drake's Back to Back, pull up right beside him so our vocals match up and yell out, "Make sure you hit him with the prenup!" and then drive off. And the looks I get on people's faces is priceless. Every single bride is just like, oh God, he's such a jerk. Every single groom, automatic facepalm. But every single groomsman, and a lot of times the ring bearers, all at the same time, fist of solidarity. They know. They know. Yeah. Yeah, man. I know a lot of people are talking about the vaccine. Everybody's talking about what kind did you get? Where can you get them? How am I going to be able to get mine? My whole thing is this. Just put the vaccine in McDonald's products. I'll be vaccinated by Thursday. I'll be fine. I mean, it's the best reason to bring back the McRib and the Shamrock Shake. So you might as well put your Mc vaccine into it and just kill all the birds with one stone. Yeah. And I think about it, if you already had a Shamrock Shake, I'm pretty sure they put the vaccine in that, so you're okay. The only thing is, whenever you go to McDonald's, the shake machine is already down, so you probably still don't have the vaccine yet. So you got everybody else out there got their stimmies, got your stimulus package, you got your stimulus out there. Yeah. Good. Hope you guys are enjoying it all. I hope you are. Me, I'm going to do the right things with it. I'm not going to blow through it like I did the previous ones. I'm going to put it towards paying my car down, taking care of some bills that I need to, getting this thing that other people have that I've graspably wanted so long, this thing called insurance. I'm going to do the right thing with that, man. But I called up my cousin and asked him what he was going to do. And he said, dude, putting gold grills in all my pets' mouths. What do you mean? He was like, yeah, man, because that's badass. You put a gold grill in a dog's mouth, that's badass. Put a gold grill in a cat's mouth, that's badass. Put a gold grill in a fish's mouth, that's bad bass. Wait a minute. Put gold in the fish's mouth, there's chemicals in there that would kill the fish instantly. Mm-hmm. He was like, oh, well, fresh to death. And I hung up the phone because I couldn't take it anymore with him. I couldn't. couldn't take it anymore with him. Couldn't take it anymore. Enjoy Emily Hall and the footage that you guys are picking up, not only because of the Cowboy Bebop shirt, kudos to that, but I'm hoping that you hold on to that Cowboy Bebop shirt and that it's yours for as long as possible. Like, I want all guys to hold on to our hoodies because I don't want to have it be the life cycle of everything that happens in a relationship. Because first off, it's yours, then it becomes ours, so it's our Cowboy Bebop shirt. Then it eventually becomes her Cowboy Bebop shirt, and then it's just a pet bed for your dog. That's the life cycle of every single guy's clothes that he has, and we can't have that happen, especially for hoodies. Can't have hoodies. Like, between you guys, I'm pretty sure. Like, what was the over under? Like, what, 5 hoodies that she's taken from you? Was it 5? Is it 4? Is it 10?
None so far. We're good.
I don't fit in any of his clothes, so
Oh, okay.
Just wait.
Sorry, it's funny because I thought you guys had the same prescription class. You guys are cute. At least for me, in the relationships that I've been in, that's how it's happened. Like, I like to wear really nice hoodies, but yet they end up with her. She would take them, and then throughout the process of me trying to watch a game while my favorite team, while I'm wearing my favorite clothes, she's wearing my favorite hoodie, talking about we don't spend enough time together. That's what I had to go through. It got so bad to the point where I took her to Target to make sure that she got her own hoodie. Like, just get your own hoodies. They have them there. Go ahead. After 3 hours, she came back with pumpkin spice candle, towels, a book from Gretchen, what's her name, and Christina Aguilera CD. Like, I don't know how she got, like, what happened? I was like, what were you doing all this time? Oh, I got sidetracked, but you guys smell this pumpkin spice candle. It's fantastic. Get your hoodie. It's bad because, like, there's nothing that I want to wear from her. There's nothing that I want to wear. Nothing. Like, I don't want to wear Fashion Nova bottoms and those damn furry sandals that people are wearing and doing Instagram videos with. No, because nobody's going to yell out, like, hey, B, those yams is looking real nice, player. Like, no. No. I'm not getting flown down to All-Star Weekend in Atlanta because I'm wearing the right Fashion Nova jeans and Fendi top. It's not happening. It's not. It's not. And you say, oh, yeah. Imagine I had to think of that. Nobody wants to think that. Okay? Imagine how bad I feel about it. And it's not even cost effective because my hoodies cost like at least $40. They're good quality. Ladies, I'm not going anywhere near your 5 for $25 Victoria's Secrets. Like, I can't like a rapper's chain and stunt at the club. It's not going to go over well. Looks like my uncle coming back from Nam with a whole bunch of ears around his necklace. That's what it looks like. Everybody else out. Yeah. So yeah, hold on, everybody, guys. Hold on, please. Yeah, I started a new job about a week or so ago. Things are going really well. My boss is like a really big masculine guy, and I grew up without a father in the home. So one day, whenever I was kind of messing up, I was kind of still learning a few things. He came and he showed me the correct way to do the job that I was doing. After I did it correctly, he said, hey man, good job, I'm proud of you. And without even thinking about it, I just looked up and said, thanks, Dad. Yeah. And I ended up getting fired after that, so but I do have a job interview lined up next week. All because of him. He wrote a really good recommendation. So I think this June I owe him some power tools. I think I'm picking up some power tools, man. Yeah. That's been my time. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the show. I'll turn it over to Zevon. Have a good night, everybody.
Woo! Yeah.
All right, let's give it up for Brandon Johnson. I called my dad, and he's like, hold on, we're not that close yet. Give it a second. Not true. I have a very loving father and a really bad internet connection. I think I'm glitching out. No, you should meet my dad. He's a cool dude, but he's sometimes a little too chilly. He can be very like, Zevon, sometimes you don't need to look me in the eye when you talk to me. I'm like, okay, great, all right. Anyways, wow, is that a joke or is my internet bad? I think my internet is just bad. All right, everybody. On deck, we have our headliner, Andrew Hanin, but coming to the stage is the very funny. I met him at an audition, and I had to have him for my own little pet project. His name's Sam Rossi. He's very funny. Let's give it up for Sam.
Hey, thank you very much, man. This has been one of the most I love it. This has been one of the most hostile shows I've ever been to ever. Like the second guy was like, I overdosed and my sister's boyfriend died, and she's 12, and I was like, whoa, that's crazy. And then the next lady was like, you should have died in that overdose. It was like, no, that's a crazy response to what he just said. Why would you say that? I don't know anyone well enough to say that to them. I'm fairly certain you just met. I was scared what Brandon was going to say. He's just like, I'll overdose both of you. He kept it nice, though. He kept it nice. That was good of him. All right, I'll get into the material. My name's Sam Rossi, and recently I've been thinking a lot about becoming a butcher. Not because of my love of cutting up and selling meats. That's only a small part of it. It's because of the nickname it comes with. The Butcher is the coolest nickname of all time, and nothing else even comes close. I mean, like, the reason it's cool is because it doesn't work like other nicknames. Other nicknames, you just say the nickname, and then you're done. The Butcher doesn't work like that. You put in the middle of your name. So you go your first name, the Butcher, and then your last name. And it makes anyone like 10 times cooler. Like right now, I'm Sam Rossi. I'm all right. I'm a pretty excellent guy, but like Sam the Butcher Rossi. I'm the coolest person in the room right now. Like someone just printing out a poster of me to hang on their wall. Like I'm a badass right now. I mean, who we have here? We have we have our host Zevon Vasquez. He's like a cool guy, right? But like he wears glasses. Like he thinks he's better than me, right? I think so, right? Zevon the Butcher Vasquez. Didn't everyone just send him a message on Facebook being like, "Hey, can you be my new stepdad?" Like that's awesome. And we all love him now. I mean, Benito Mussolini, as you know, he was a bad guy. He did some bad things. Benito the Butcher Mussolini is my favorite Avengers character. I mean, his solo movie was the best one. I was talking to a buddy of mine last night, and he was telling me about a statistic he read that really spooked him. And the statistic said the average human in their lifetime will accidentally eat 7 spiders in their sleep. It said that while you're sleeping, a spider will crawl into your mouth, and you'll accidentally swallow it whole because you're asleep. And this will happen roughly 7 times in your life. My buddy told me this. He was like, man, isn't that the scariest thing you've ever heard? And I was like, no, man, that's not very frightening at all. That would be really scary if you were like a spider. I've been really jealous of mice for a while now, and I recently figured out why. It's because mice have way better mazes than people do. Hear me out, man. Mice mazes rock. I mean, they're made of walls and full of cheese, and when you get to the end, someone picks you up, carries you home, and gives you more cheese. I mean, dude, it's amazing. People mazes, on the other hand, are kind of the worst. I mean, they're made entirely of corn. which would be awesome, but you're not allowed to eat the corn. That's a giant waste of corn. Dude, I mean, I can't count my hands the amount of times I've been thrown out of a corn maze for trying to eat the corn. And that really sucks. Not because I'm getting thrown out, but because we're in a corn maze. And sometimes that takes a very long time. I will say though, I feel bad for people who work security at a corn maze. That sounds like a very tough job to handle. An average day for you would be like, help, that guy stole my wallet. It'll be like, oh no, which way did he go? And they'll be like, towards the corn. Like, that job sounds impossible landmark wise. I can try a bit that bombed earlier that I thought was going to do better earlier tonight, like 2 hours ago.
Do it.
I'll give it a shot. All right. I end up watching documentaries about history, and I watch documentaries that are too smart for me because they like assume I know stuff, and so they don't explain like everything step by step for me, and then I get like confused and scared. Like the other day, I was watching this documentary about a guy named Arnold Rothstein, and he he ran like the Jewish mafia in New York in like the 1920s. You know, I don't know why I'm saying this. But anyway, his whole shtick was like he would make outrageous bets with people and then like rig them and stuff. And so at the end of the documentary, they were saying, okay, so the documentary was like, the last bet Arnold Rothstein ever made was for $400,000. And he bet that Hoover would beat Al Smith for the presidency in the 1932 election. However, Rothstein would never know if he won this bet or not because he was killed outside of a hotel under mysterious circumstances. And to this day, nobody knows who shot Arnold Rothstein. And I was like, wow, did he win? And the documentary was like, what? And I'm like, did he win the bet? And they're like, did he win the bet that President Hoover became the president? And I'm like, they're like, yeah, he won that. We weren't trying to trick you, man. That was just like, we're just telling you. And I'm like, why? I don't know. I don't know if Henry Hoover is like a historical figure. And they're like, did you just call him Henry Hoover? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's Herbert. It's not his name. And I'm like, no, but like Henry rolls off the tongue a lot easier. And they're like, that's not how names work. They don't work based on what sounds better. Like, I mean, Tony Montana sounds like cooler than Henry or Herbert. That's not his name. Like, that's not how that stuff works. Would not recommend the documentary. It's way too personal at the end, but I learned a lot. I liked it. How much time do I have left?
About a minute 10.
About a minute 10. Okay, I'll try this. This is my greatest joke of all time. All right, here we go.
Okay.
High expectations. I was driving around the other day. I saw a street sign that said, it was a very rude street sign. It said, no. U-turn. Apparently I should have thrown in the towel. All right, my name is Sam Rossi. This is a lot of fun. Thank you for having me, man.
Woo, absolutely. Oh my gosh, let's give it up for Sam Drake Bell Dimitri Martin Rossi. Gosh, I don't know. You're probably a little too young for Drake. You've seen Drake and Josh, right?
I love Drake and Josh, man.
Okay, thank God. Whew. There is hope. There is hope. Oh my gosh. You know, I was thinking about your spider statistic, and I was thinking it would be even scarier if spiders accidentally swallowed 8 people throughout the year. I think that would be that's like peak horror. Is, you know, some brown recluse just gobbles you up. Oh my gosh. Let's give it up again for Sam Rossi. Very, very funny stuff.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Coming up next and coming up last, He is from St. Louis. He's got glasses. He's got curly, wavy hair. And when he whispers your name on the wind, you can't help but hear it. Let's give it up for Andrew Hanin.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. Appreciate it. All right. Well, okay. So this morning I had to wake up pretty early. I have this internship I had to get some work done for. And basically what the internship is I write articles and blogs, like instructional things for like these different clients. And it's about things that I have no experience in, right? So they're like, this morning I had to write an article that was titled, "The 10 Questions You Have to Ask Before Buying a House." Not only have I never bought a house, but it's never really been an option for me, right? And they're like, no, you can just pick it up. You just figure it out. So I have to write it, but it's like all BS, right? Me teaching you how to like buy a house is like Michael J. Fox teaching you calligraphy, right? We're doing more harm than good. If anything, we're making more problems than we're solving. I'm lying to people. I'm making it up. And this should be a lesson to all of you when you Google search something. I'm on the other side of that. Somebody like me is writing that shit that you're clicking on. So when you click on that article, how to thoroughly clean your vagina, I wrote, and I'm going to tell you to use a blow dryer because I'm not sure. Sounds sort of right to me. Yeah. Well, I don't know if I want to do this one. Whatever. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the news lately, but white folks have been getting away with quite a bit, right? Kind of doing whatever they want and just kind of getting away with it. And that makes me feel like I can get away with whatever I want. And it makes me like scared of my impulses and what I'm capable of. And what am I trying to say? I'm scared I'm going to buy a fedora. I've tried on a fedora and I'm ashamed to admit it. And not only have I tried it on, but I looked in the mirror and I thought to myself, that's actually not that bad. And that's a slippery slope. Right? Every white guy who wears a fedora looks like they own and operate a pawn shop. There's not really a middle ground there. It's not good looks. But I was kind of half lying in the beginning, like Z mentioned earlier. I'm sort of Greek in that my dad is Middle Eastern, so I'm half interesting. And my dad is like really from the Middle East, right? He moved here when he was 25-ish. I don't ask him questions like that. Let's say 25. And he still has that like really thick Middle Eastern accent. So much so that he actually can't even say my name correctly. His own son, he cannot pronounce my name. He calls me Andrew. I'm like, that's not a name. You're not talking to anybody right now. Did you not think once before I was born to like say my name out loud just to see if maybe there was a problem? Maybe you couldn't pronounce it? He did not. I don't know. That'd be like if I named my son the German word for turtle shell, right?
Oh.
I wish I could tell you what that word is, but I actually physically cannot pronounce it. You know how frustrating that would be for me? Talking to my son, hey, don't you make me count to 3. Do not make me count to 3. Do you hear me? German word for turtle shell? Do you hear me? Don't make me say your full name. You know what? Time out if I have to say your full name. Schildkrötenpanzer Bernard Hanin. You're dead. It's over for you. I don't know how my dad does it. Anyway, so yeah, I was hanging out outside yesterday and this Amazon worker was like blaring shitty country music out of his shitty Amazon van. I hate those things. And okay, I'm not one of these like all country music is overalls and wheat. I don't really know what those people say, but I'm not one of them. But this particular like Toby Keith, Luke Bryant type bullshit is what they were playing. And all those kinds of country songs, when they're talking about drinking, they only talk about beer and whiskey, right? There's no vodka, no Jaeger. There's none of like the hard shit because people who listen to country music are pussies, okay? And they're pussies about what they're drinking. They're drinking Miller Lite and they're sipping on whiskey that's already diluted with ice. It's half water and you're not drinking it. Take a shot, right? A lot of people who listen to this shitty country music think that listening to rap and pop music is for pussies. Those guys are sipping lean and popping oxys, living life the right way. Okay? Put some hair on your chest and get addicted to opioids.
Hell yeah.
Listen to country music. Oh, sip my Miller Lite. Yeah, okay. But speaking of pussies, I am one because I have a severe peanut allergy. And it's hard to be like alpha when something that's this big can kill you, like pretty quickly. And people can just sneak it into your food at any moment. But I'm really allergic to peanuts. But on the flip side, suicide for me is like a well-made grilled cheese, and that it's easy and it's also delicious. And so I've been depressed before, and I've had those thoughts, but I don't have to think about getting a gun license. I just have to go to a CVS, get a handful of Reese's Pieces, and enjoy them. That's all I have to do. It honestly sounds like a pleasant experience to me. The best part of all of that is that they're not going to make me pay for like the Snickers that I'm shoveling down my throat, right? They're not going to make the kid having an anaphylactic attack, their throat's closing, they can't breathe, pay, right? It's like people in wheelchairs. You just let them do what they want, Okay. I was hoping that last one was going to go better. I've been your headliner, Andrew Hanin.
Woo! Let's give it up for Andrew Hanin. Oh my gosh. On a serious note, I've been writing with both Gabby and Andrew. They live nearby, and they are my comedy besties at the moment. I say at the moment because you never know when people will leave you. So I'm full of hope. Anyways, this has been Show Aesthetic number 12. Hopefully 12 of a really big number. I don't know if it's going to be 3 digits. Hopefully I don't have to do this online anymore pretty soon. Wouldn't it be cool to do this live though? Like Loki, I think this would be pretty cool. I think this would be pretty neat. I don't know. These are just dreams I have that don't get written down anywhere. But anyways, it's been really nice. Let's give it up for all of your comedians one last time. Really excellent work. And I will see, hopefully, some of you guys next week. All right. Peace, y'all.